Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Okay, welcome back to the Perfect World Masters. The team and players are ready, and we're in the draft. Finally, not quite sure what the delay was, but actually a little bit slow in getting underway here. And the initial bans, gents.
That's what I'm talking about. Shadow Demon being banned by Mineski. About though, but
had to get the dig in as well, didn't you? Couldn't just be happy with the Shadow Demon ban. You had to be hitting on the Bane.
Look at all these supports being banned out.
It's been heavy, isn't it? Today, particularly.
10
Very big focus
remaining.
on this.
What do we have in the pool? Pretty much
5
pick
seconds
anything.
remaining.
Tusk is one of the heroes. Is on the rise because of all the
Dire
strength
team
gain,
pick.
a lot of status resistance, pretty hard to lock down.
Popular, yep.
I don't know. First pick Tiny just seems very weak. I know a lot of the teams do
really
it.
It hasn't kind of lit anything up, has it yet?
Well, I think people have learned to
10
draft.
seconds
Don't
remaining.
draft disables versus Tiny. Just draft damage. You just
Right.
kill him.
5 seconds
Because
remaining.
I think like he was pretty decent versus like the normal sort of drafts, but now people are like, okay, well, we'll just pick Timber or some of the heroes and just chop through him and can tank him a little bit.
Did you watch the previous series, Ben?
Hmm?
Tiny mid out harass ranged heroes.
It's pretty sick.
Feels-
Dire team pick.
Something
Radiant
bad.
team.
Yeah, because I don't know, 5 hits to just clear the whole wave.
Yeah.
A lot of Dazzle.
Dazzle's been making it back.
Yep. Slaughter has, to be fair.
Well, most of the supports are banned, so
Yeah, that's true. We are starting to get to sort of tier 2 supports right now.
Slaughter Dazzle's very old school
10
too.
seconds remaining.
It's a
Yeah,
very good opener.
A lot of minus armor from D2 and it kind of
5 seconds remaining.
shut down the Tiny pick as well because he's physical damage. You can do aggressive tri lane with it.
I think Dazzle's one of the best offlane dual support heroes
or
they
that,
can have.
Yeah.
Dazzle Tide's a great classic.
Radiant team
So
ban.
Mineski, pick up the puck. We've seen it actually mostly mid from them. I don't
Yeah.
think Ice actually played it in recent memory. So
It's classic Nana.
one of his best. At the same time though, do you really want like a sometimes don't you want a more
10
scaling
seconds
heavy scaling
remaining.
mid than the puck? Do you think it locks them in a little bit going for the puck so
5
early when they
seconds
don't run it
remaining.
as a position 3 or position 4?
Dire team ban.
Is that a question?
Yeah, that's a question.
Yes.
Do you think what do you think they should have like what kind of hero would you
I
prefer
feel
for
like
them?
if you have 2 or even more scaling heroes
Mhm.
that you pretty much win every time the game drags because of the level
10
25
seconds
talents,
remaining.
it changes a lot. We saw in the previous game Secret, they had Omni
5
who actually
seconds
becomes
remaining.
core, kind of a core with Radiance. I don't think Radiance does that much, but it excels his farm. So you have a Razor and what was it? One more hero. Never mind.
So I mean, doesn't Ice really fill that role though? Like he can just be that farmer. He
Yeah,
almost always finds a ton of farm though. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I think it's okay. I actually think it's okay that they go for the puck mid even when it's fairly obvious that it's going to be mid for them. Just because Ice, we saw him play Brew to level 25. That was actually. Do you see that game? Or he was Brew
with Octarine
Yeah,
core,
yeah,
like
that's
5
crazy.
seconds downtime.
Yeah, that was insane.
Tidehunter is still in the pool if they want to go for it. A lot of team fight with it.
Are you a big fan of the Ags with all the gutter talents? Or do you prefer more like
10 seconds remaining.
Guardian Greaves, Refresher, Ravage centric build?
Guardian Greaves. I don't
5
remember
seconds remaining.
Aghanim Scepter on Tide, except one game where Ice actually played it.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
remember
still
this
lost.
game.
Still lost, but He had some. Did he had a coddle, so he was spamming it more because of the cooldown reduction?
But now he has good talents for it. He has -4 gush armor on top of that, and he has plus 80 gush damage, and he has a cooldown reduction at 25. So
That's a lot of spam.
It is a lot of spam. Before it was like, yeah, it seemed gimmicky. Now it's actually like,
Yeah, I feel that you don't even need a blink dagger on Tide anymore because of the AOE increase.
just walk in or backstroke in, even better.
Don't worry about us. We're just
Radiant team pick.
Tide Hunter.
Good thing we spent the last 2 minutes
Yeah,
talking
they
about
might
it.
go for Witch Doctor as a second support, Malady against the Tide Hunter, or they can just pick a Ursa. Because you can get rid of Fury Swipes, of
10
course.
seconds remaining.
We've seen Safe Lane Razor also versus Tide.
5
I've also
seconds
seen Safe Lane
remaining.
OD actually work really well versus Tide Hunter. Like normally Tide Hunter you don't care about getting hit, but versus certain heroes you absolutely do not want to constantly get hit like that. Ursa and the OD or Ursa that you mentioned.
I don't like OD as a safe lane. It feels like you, especially if you go for that build, 1-0-1 or whatever, or 0-4.
1-1-4 maybe.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm unlucky, I always run out of mana.
Yeah. That can be an
It
issue.
doesn't proc.
Get some skill. The cost.
Dire
All right,
team
you'll
pick.
teach me after the game.
and Undying.
Oh, Ben, what do you think about duo melee supports?
Well, one's an Earth Spirit. He's one of the better supports in the game. Undying's actually, I don't know. I thought this hero was like not so great
10
before, but I've actually
seconds
seen it
remaining.
with decent success recently.
So I guess they're just gonna go with
5
Gyro
seconds
on Vici
remaining.
Gaming side, just to get rid of the. I mean, the hero is so tanky. You have a Tide Hunter and Dazzle already behind you, so they need a heavy damage dealer, right clicker.
BKB carrier.
BKB carrier gets rid of the Tombstone. Be a natural choice.
Do you need a hero to deal with the Tombstone though?
Radiant
Not
team
really.
pick.
I don't think Tombstone. Problem.
There you go. Now we're missing 2 cores. Ice hero and a Mushi hero. I don't know. Gyro
What
doesn't
about-
seem to fare that
What
well in a lot
about
of
10 seconds remaining.
Timbersaw for Ice.
Dire team ban.
not bad at all.
Has been used
Yeah,
in a number of
he's,
different ways. They've used it as a 1 and a 3 in this.
Well, yeah, Monkey King is one of the heroes that is good against Tide Hunter
Yeah,
in the
you can
laning
actually
stage.
one-on-one.
Yeah, you can
Radiant
just
team
But
get
ban.
Timber could as well. Could have as well. I guess they're more worried about like if they pick Timber, they actually have no ways to deal with BKB.
Yeah, but Mineski also played Monkey King as an offlaner. Seen Ice playing it a couple of times. I don't know if they want to go for an offlane hero.
10
or
seconds
just-
remaining.
I prefer to pair it up versus the Tide though.
Yeah,
5 seconds
Seems
remaining.
way better. Tide Dazzle, pretty classic offlane.
they have a good combo so far on the side of Mineski. Puck ulti into Wukong's command. Pull it off. Plus Tombstone.
Tombstone. But what do you do versus BKB though? I still see like Gyro getting BKB just get destroyed. Unless Monkey King's really, really fat. But if it's an off lane, he might not get that much. We'll see. Any matchups mid versus the TA that you're worried about in this last ban phase for Mineski? TA, it's already been banned out, one of the hardest matchups. Aside from that, I mean, I guess there's like Viper.
What about Storm Spirit? Is it viable for Vici to pick it up?
Prefer something with a little more physical. You have all this minus armor. And there's 2 long duration silences. Very long duration silences.
What about Shadowfiend?
Shadow Fiend? I would like a little bit
Scales
more.
well.
Radiant
A lot of magical
team
damage
pick.
early on. Also plus or minus armor. Plus minus armor. What does it mean? It's actually minus armor then. Plus minus armor.
Dire team pick.
Okay, I thought that they can't pick a hero that can change anything. but
Medusa
Medusa
makes you
can.
wonder.
Yeah.
Doesn't Medusa struggle a lot versus Dazzle? Like, you get all that minus armor and then you actually just die? Because Medusa's actually one of those heroes that I actually think that she just wins most late game fights, and there's not really supports that can do that much to her, but I think Dazzle's actually one of the ones that own her pretty hard with Weaving. There you go with the Storm.
I'm on fire. 3 out of 3 for the last one. Huh?
Wow.
Kapow.
Good job, Lacoste.
Thank you.
So after that, are you going to go with them? After you can read their minds?
Well, if they win, well, especially if they lose, I'm gonna look so shitty. Like, no, I'll go with the Vici Gaming lineup. I love it more because they have pretty much of everything. I think Mineski's lineup will be hard to pull off. Even though it's still Divisa with all the minus armor, they have enough to actually deal with Medusa. And they have a good Roche lineup early on.
I'm a little bit worried for the Storm Spirit. I think he might potentially get shut down. Or Spirit plus Puck in the mid lane, that's pretty tough to deal with. And Dazzle's going to be off babysitting the off laner. But I'll still go with Vici. I think they're in way better shape at the moment.
Okay. All right. Both have gone for Vici Gaming in this one. Personally, can't bet against the SEA region, can you? Mineski versus VG is our second series of the day. Game 1 is just moments away. Enjoy.
All right, we got two teams going at it. Different stories, really, going into this event in general, let alone the main event. Here we got Vici Gaming versus Mineski coming at you. And I mean by that, Vici Gaming, they've been looking pretty good as of late. Not only before this tournament, but at the event itself. Of course, going 3-0-1 in the group stages. Mineski squeaking by, managing to qualify for the main event after, in general, what's been a struggle of a patch for them, it feels like here, Black.
Yeah, like Vici should on paper be the favorite coming into here, but you can't really like discount the Mineski because they won, when was it? Like a month ago?
Not too long ago. I mean, we really haven't been in the circuit too long.
Like a month ago, they won a major.
Wow, bottom lane, by the way. Slaughter's in a lot. That's going to be a kill. Not Slaughter in trouble. Slaughter's leading the way. That was actually Earth Spirit going down, and already a first blood.
For the Tidehunter as well.
Vici Gaming, yeah.
Which is the offlaner, which is going to be very, very helpful for him. And then I think the objective this game for VG should be protecting the Storm Spirit because they have a really good Roshan lineup.
Okay.
And as soon as they can get the Roshan for the Storm Spirit, he's going to be very, very hard to control. Because they can get an early Roche, and then they can get a second and third Roshan very easily too, and they have a Tidehunter with a refresher shard. Could be very amazing for them.
I also like that Vici Gaming, they're sticking to a bit of comfortable things in a sense. Young 11, he's been playing a fair amount of Tidehunter this patch. In fact, we're here at the panel talking about Tidehunter in general is maybe one of the more standout heroes in this patch that just came out here. But then they also have Paparazzi playing that Gyrocopter. Another hero that's definitely exploded, especially in the China scene, specifically with Paparazzi.
I mean, Paparazzi's, like, honestly, his hero pool is just super huge. This guy can play almost any hero, and he plays them really well too.
Yeah. All right, so our middle matchup, it will be the Storm Spirit versus Puck, as you see Lanham here on the Slaughter.
And they need to make sure this Earth Spirit can't just roam freely on him and kill him. But Earth Spirit in the early game will have to help our bottom lane because he had the first blood on the Tidehunter. So Medusa 1v1 against Tide is not the best matchup for you.
On the other side for Mineski, you have Nana playing, of course, aka Moon, playing the Puck here. I got the chance to cast a couple of the series of Mineski throughout the group stages. I gotta say, there was one where, frankly, he was going over the top. He was diving in a lot. Definitely didn't do the best on the Puck as a result. But then there was the later game, I believe it was against LGD, and what was essentially a knockout match where he just was on fire. So a player that definitely has his ups and downs.
Yeah, but the thing also with Puck is, right, when things go right, then you can be like amazingly flashy, make things work, and then if you make like one misstep, you just feed. Whereas otherwise it could be really amazing. Like going mid lane on the Storm Spirit with just a slight harass. And the Slaughter needs to make sure that the Storm actually gets a good lane. Like he can't let this happen for free.
Yeah. I want to talk about... Okay, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say he's waiting behind right now. I'm not entirely sure what his positioning he's going to do.
Oh, he's being patient for something right here. You mentioned jabs on the Earth Spirit. He's looking to be heavy roam, especially in the middle lane. That's just what Earth Spirit brings to the table. Top lane, though, Undying. I want to mention him for a sec, because, again, this is a hero that... only a couple of teams I feel like have been trying out. Mineski is one of them. Ninja Boogie playing here. The dual melee support on top of that, but specifically Undying. Do you think this was a good pick here?
Undying is really good in combination with the Monkey King because usually Monkey King has a lot of problems laning against a hero like Gyrocopter, but Undying is one of the best heroes in the early game to secure like a hard lane like that.
Okay.
So I think it's a really good pick, and they kind of thought about picking the Monkey King right after, I think.
2-minute Bounty Rune battle. Looking into, or that's actually Jab's going to be rolling in right into Young 11, though. He's going to go for the TP out. It should be in time. No, the crush animation. You saw LaneM right there.
I actually think if he went through, he would have got him.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was max distance at the...
But you know, you have a clarity
best.
on the slaughter too. I think you just try it. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, chooses not to, holds it off, so he gets away.
Monkey King is actually pulling 2 creepers from the top lane.
Oh, wow.
If he can get away with this, it's going to be massive.
Love the sound coming up.
But he might get stunned and take a really big healing bomb, though. Oh, never mind.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
It was just 2 creeps.
That could have been bad.
Yeah.
But he's fine. Mushi, bottom lane on Medusa. Of course, Medusa, another hero that the panel brought up when asking about big heroes in this patch, especially this event. And I don't think it's anyone's surprise. She even got slight nerfs in the 7.0 C B or C patch, whatever it was. The latest one, but still a very powerful hero.
Well, what happened to Medusa's net worth? 900 only, even though he has the same diff. Oh, he gave an item to Earth Spirit and he delivered it to her.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really surprised that he wasn't. There's no way he's that poor.
Yeah, no, Medusa's 12-1, but I mean, to be fair, Tidehunter 13-4.
Yeah.
So
as I said before, Medusa against Tide 1v1, it's not bad for the Medusa, but Tidehunter will definitely free farm too.
Yeah.
Until Medusa's like level 5, because then the snake really starts hurting.
What does that mean for Vici Gaming? I mean, Young 11, I almost said Old 11 right there. Young 11 here playing the Tidehunter. He's actually just running at Mushi, man. Mushi just can't do anything about this. But what is a farm Tidehunter early on? What does that bring to the table? Are you scared if you're Mineski?
Well, a farm Tidehunter. Wait, top lane is nothing really happening.
Wow, they're diving really deep. Jeez, that was a secondary tower right there.
Well, there was 3 creep waves on the monkey, so they just wanted to put on the pressure on him, which I think is really, really important.
Fenrir, I mean, this is going to be another Decay go. He puts a tombstone. They want this kill, damn it. Ninja Boogie going in. Decay is ready in 1 second, but Monkey King Primal Spring in. That will indeed be the kill on Fenrir playing the Dazzle.
Yeah, very important that they at least make the top lane go even, because bottom lane they're kind of losing. And mid lane the Puck should dominate the Storm, but it's also quite even. So they need to make sure they get a lot of the top lane.
Paparazzi's going to fight back right here. You do see the Bounty Rune picked up, though, by Jab, so that'll be the end of that. And now Nana here on Puck.
It was an amazing phase shift. If he hadn't dodged that stun, he would have actually died.
Oh, did he use it for the... Okay. Yeah, and he gets away from that one, too. So back to the top lane. Monkey King full. Jingu Mastery charges. Decay's coming out. There's the roll-in. Big two-man stun from Jab. They get the 1 kill on a Dazzle. Paparazzi will be fine, but great timing by Ninja Boogie. And Nana, however, in the middle lane. You see LaneM. He is just sitting there on Puck, and eventually they get the kill.
Yeah, so they're sacrificing mid and bot lane a little bit to make sure that the Monkey has a good game, which is not bad, because usually, as I said before, the Monkey King in this lane has a very hard time, but they're actually making a lot of space for him.
Yeah.
And we see him taunting bottom lane, yeah.
So going back to that point, I got cut off there because of the fight at the top, but so Young 11, I mean, how impactful is this going to be?
Okay, so farm Tidehunter, what he offers to you, usually you don't want to go Blink first, you go into like
the mech maybe?
Hood and mech,
okay.
And then you're just this really tanky frontliner that cannot die at all.
Yeah.
And it is very scary to play against it, because you can just 5-man any tower, and as I said, you can't really defend it, because they have like, they don't really have a hero like Disruptor where you can really burst them down or Doom, because Kraken Shell is always going to proc, and then you get a really good Ravage off.
Yeah. Like, how do you get around that? So just something that they're just naturally going to have to deal with throughout this game, especially with this early... I mean, he's already level 6, the first one to do so.
Yeah. Well, they're sacrificing Medusa a little bit. To be fair, though, Medusa has a very good comeback mechanic, whereas Monkey, if he's shut down early game, it's very hard to come back into the game for him. So I think it's the right choice.
Nana, middle lane, going at it with Ori.
Ori level 6 soon, 5.5. As soon as he's 6, it's going to be quite hard to kill him.
You do see, Puck is winning this CS right now.
Yeah, Puck is winning the CS, but he died once, so he's actually behind the net for 300.
Ooh, middle lane. Jabs, he's waiting. Finding the right time. Barrel rolls in, not level 6 just yet. Gets the Dream Coil off. Ori, Decay even on top of that. He wants to turn killer, saying, I'm taking you with me. Down goes the Storm Spirit. LaneM, not enough damage to actually finish off Nana. Now LaneM's the one in trouble on Slaughter. Going to slither away with that sprint dodge. If you lose reorb initially, the Jonto goes in, and even with the crush, it just doesn't matter. So Moon picks up the kill right there. Old 11 though running in now, going with the gun, and actually a couple of auto attacks, using the Ravage for it. He will get one. I don't think he's getting jabs on top of this, but that Ravage, I think it's safe to say that was worth it.
Yeah, for sure. It was a really good rotation too. Although I think Radiant should have seen it. They have a bottom ward. I guess at the time nobody really looked at the minimap because they were fighting so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely had a ward, and they should have seen that rotation.
That seems like maybe that late call even. Yeah, exactly. You're just so focused within the lane, but at the same time, no excuses. You know, you definitely got to top up that vision and communication. Top lane, all right, he's fine. It's another deep dive there.
Storm actually TP'd the top lane, and they want to take down the tier 1 tower now, which should be fairly free unless somebody TP's top. Puck just TP'd middle though, so he should not be able to come top.
See, phase boost just purchased by Monkey King. He's trying to get position as if he wants to go. Primal Spring in, Undying also coming in. The nice boulder smash will hit Fenrir. He puts on the shallow drape, barrel in. It's just a matter of time before he falls down and wears off. The turn kill though is real on a Monkey King as Ori does fly in. As you mentioned, he was there in the first place. Jab's feeling the pressure now. More mana left on Ori, using that zip zap. Needs one more auto attack and he gets a double kill for Ori. And that was a great rotation in the end.
Yeah, that just said the Puck's cooldown had TP on cooldown. And Medusa doesn't really want to TP into these kind of fights, so it's very cocky to actually take that fight.
Puck's going in. Waning Rift on top of the Dream Cold and the Illusory Orb. I mean, he's in everything in the face of Lanham. Like he's pissed off or something.
You have to punish these position force. When they want to take the lane and mid, and you have such a big lead, kill them all the time. They need to be punished. They can't just free the level and farm on the lane. Now he's TPing back to mid lane because he doesn't have coil and he's gonna get quite a bit, but Moon...
That's a good heads-up play.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
Yeah, sure. Definitely a good heads-up play on his part. And
there's a DD room bottom actually. Puck is gonna bottle it up. And potentially another kill on the Slaughter if he's not careful.
Hooded Defiance being worked on by Young 11. Best to call him that there at the bottom. So that's what you're mentioning earlier. Obviously just get beefier and an eventual pipe.
Yeah. I wonder whether he's gonna complete the pipe or go into mech or even go Blink Dagger after the Hood.
Okay.
Because he's a really big chunk of their team fight, and if they can't initiate with him, then they don't really have anyone to initiate with. Because Slaughter Blink should be quite slow this game. He's died twice.
You do have a Storm Spirit, but he's not one you necessarily want to be going first up a lot of the time in team fights.
You don't want to go first. Why you want to buy the Blink on Titus? Then Storm can go first, and he has this really huge backup ultimate.
He's a distraction, basically.
Yeah.
Undying, just going to do some stacking right here. Looks like try to set up for, I'm guessing, you know, either Puck or the Monkey or Medusa. Probably more Medusa, yeah.
Yeah, most likely for Medusa. But we said early that Storm should have a very hard time in mid lane, and he actually got out of lane very nicely.
Yeah.
Top 2 net worth, and as I said, once they get this early Roshan, the Storm is going to be very strong. Mineski needs to keep an eye on that Roshan. They have the tools to fight it, and they shouldn't just give it up for free.
Top lane, Monkey King going in once again on a paparazzi. Tombstone put down some good amount of distance. Call down in response, and look at who's coming. It's Young 11. Ravage is ready to go if he needs it. Gut's going to be activated on a Monkey King. There comes the Ravage. Monkey King will fall, and Undying a couple more auto attacks away. No, he does heal up actually, so he should be fine himself if he TP's out, but obviously a great turn in favor of the dire side. Meanwhile, middle lane, Fenrir shallow creep on himself, surviving the initial blast, and now Jabs trying to TP out in time, but Ori will take him out before he can do a damn thing. Well played right there by Vici Gaming as a whole.
Yeah, went on the Dazzle, tried to kill the support, but they had really good TP rotations, and yeah, played by them.
You see more stacking going on.
In the meantime, Medusa's getting a lot of space though.
Yeah. Oh, so that's what I wanted to bring up before that fight. Medusa, I don't know if I was catching with you on that series or another one, but there was one time where the Medusa, and I want to say it was Mushi, he went the blade mail, more the blade mail style, even in something else that we just usually don't see, much more of a defensive style basically. Blade mail Lincolns, I think it was.
Yeah. Why blade mail is good is because it gives a lot of survivability, and you technically you don't really want to hit Medusa early on, so I don't like blade mail too much on her, but it still offers 22 damage and quite a bit of tankability, so if Medusa is actually ever in a bad spot, then that's quite helpful because you can't focus her when she has it on. You will simply just explode. But for late game for sure, because you keep the item obviously, and as you progress into late game, that blade mail becomes more and more valuable because you can't focus the Medusa down, even though you really have to later on.
So this game, it's safe to say you are thinking more of the Mask of Madness first, more routine here.
Yeah, I don't think Mushi is the blade mail kind of person anyways.
Okay.
Like, I think Envy started that item build. We see him buying the quarterstaff already, so he'll be going into the Mask of Madness.
Having some farm at the bottom.
Yeah. Actually, Monkey is really poor this game, so he's gonna have a lot of problems. Even though they committed a lot of resources top, he still didn't have a good lane. Gonna be problematic for Radiant because he's a big deal of their damage output.
Well, and an item that we have been seeing him pick up fairly recently is that Battle Fury even, but with a start like this, can you still go for a Battle Fury? Or it looks like he's actually going Echo Saber.
I mean, usually you want to go into a Battle Fury when your team has lane push problems, but this game they don't really have that, so he's going more into the fighting build, which is probably going to be Echo Saber into the Cruiser Blade or BKB.
Drain Crawl middle lane, nice Waning Rift, stops the crush. Young 11 is here, no Ravage just yet. Lanham is going to be saved by the Shallow Creep initially, and probably in the long run as the heal comes out and the Boulder Smash is going to be dodged. They kill the Tombstone off. Homing missile channeled on a
be
Jab
careful
for the
here.
back lines. Yeah, he's getting pretty low, isn't he? Gush coming out, and that's an easy kill for Kraken, or for Tidehunter at the end.
Yeah.
Kraken shell right there.
I don't think he saw the rocket on him, because his movement was towards the rocket. And he didn't think he would die anyways, because he didn't try to roll away. Misplay there. But again, Monkey King is getting a lot of space, now Medusa is getting a lot of space. But at the same time, the Storm is also getting very big.
This is the thing with the Medusa, though, I feel like, and one of the reasons why she has been such a popular hero this patch is that no matter how far ahead the other team is, obviously there's limits, but even just the last series, we saw Complexity had a good 10,000 plus lead, I believe it was. But they had Medusa that was getting decent farm, and then eventually we saw that come into play. So is Vici on a clock here, do you think, or are they comfortable still?
I think the problem for Cole was they just didn't have enough damage to actually get through the Medusa. But this game they have like minus 40 armor, as well as the Gyrocopter and Storm damage, who will build into Bloodthorn eventually.
Yeah.
So they will definitely be able to kill that Medusa late game.
Top lane, trying to push in the top tower up here. Who's that hiding in the trees? That would be Dazzle for the time being. They do have a TPs ready to go, I'm sure, if they find it necessary, but...
Yeah. So Tidehunter's going into the Blink, which I really like. We spoke about it before. They just want to be able to support the Storm.
Now they definitely see Fenrir. He puts the offensive weave up, and there's that Tidehunter. Doesn't have the Blink just yet, but he does have a Ravage.
600 gold to the Blink on Puck, actually. He's the tempo control of this game, so the Blink is going to be very important. They can blow up the Storm with it, they can stop Ravage from the background with it. He can do a lot of stuff with it, so the next big item pickup for them. Jab's almost level 6 as well. It's gonna add a lot of teamfight damage for the Radiant team.
Yeah.
Medusa finished Mess with Madness.
Just got that, and she's been comfortably sitting at the bottom lane. We saw Paparazzi, by the way, or going on about the Medusa stuff. He was doing a massive stack of Ancients in his own jungle, and you see his farm now adding up.
Yeah. He's going to the Yasha. Massive Madness, St. Yasha. They're going to do safety, and he's just dead.
Yeah. No chance.
You see what I mean? The corrosive haze actually just makes Medusa very squishy.
Yeah.
And even late game, when Medusa has like 30 armor, they still will cut through her because they have a minus 40.
Top lane, that's a promise spring in. I don't know if that's the target you want to go for the right side. Maybe just trying to farm, but let's get back by Ravage again. Is ready to go. He's going to commit to it. He takes the stun from the drink while Anchor smash in, and a couple more auto attacks will finish him off. Assistance from Fenrir as well. Nana wants a turn kill. Jabs, he's coming in on top of it. The Shallow Grave activated a couple more seconds. Here comes Ori though. You got to be careful if you're Mineski, and they're not careful enough. Puck's in trouble now, and he indeed will end up going down as well. It's just getting worse and worse for them. Now you see Earth Spirit's going to fall. The double kill coming out for Ori. The Tombstone just way too late. They're just one after the other. Seeing your teammates injured, and look at that at the bottom of your screen there. Meanwhile, Paparazzi is just farming another massive stack. This is a huge burst for Vici Gaming.
Is Undead actually also going to die? Nah, he's fine.
No, he's good.
All right. So what actually triggered off the top fight was Ice wanted to do the... Wait, is there going to be more action?
Okay, they want the turn kill on the Slaughterhouse, so at least they get something out of it, I guess.
And Medusa TP top. They're going to try to pressure the tower now. Actually, the tower should be down. 200 health only. No Ravage. They shouldn't try to commit too much to this.
So Monkey King was trying something there?
Yeah, Monkey King was trying to just Primal Spring in and instantly jump on the tree again. But as soon as that happened, he got hit by an Anchor Smash. And then he couldn't jump back up. And that triggered the whole chain of bad events for the Mineski lineup.
It goes back to what you were saying earlier, like with a Puck, where he can make those flashy plays sometimes, but you really got to be careful. Yeah. You know, that one instance where then it makes it look like, what were you doing?
Yeah, that was unlucky.
Yeah.
2k gold now for VG.
I'm surprised it's only that much, frankly. It feels like Vici Gaming's ahead by more, but you're right, it's only 2,000 net
They just had 4k, but then they got the top tower and then it went back to 2k.
They're going to work towards the bottom lane. Jabs, homing missile, being channeled. He starts running because of that. He's working on his own blink. It looks like just going to barrel roll. Let him still going deep.
He should be fine.
Oh, man, he wants this.
I don't think why he should be. Yeah, he should be chasing it. All right, they're just going to get the bottom tower now. And then the gold, it should go back to 4k again. Oh, double damage Storm, we have to keep an eye out on him. She can wreck this entire fight now.
Here he goes. Ball landing in, he finds the one and jabs out the corrosive phase vision from earlier. Eventually wears off, but doesn't matter. The auto
corrosive phase, the first hit actually took off half health.
Yeah. Double damage, double health.
No, double damage, corrosive phase. He's good.
Young 11, 2,600 gold. I mean, he has more than enough for the blink already. Top lane, you do see Dazzle. Last second there falling to Ice. So there's something. Mushi, corrosive phase is up. And I'm just going to say hello.
It makes me wonder whether Young 11 just doesn't want to buy the blink until Ravage is off cooldown, which is now though. So if he really wants to go for the blink, he should just buy it now. Maybe he doesn't want to.
Maybe he's kind of gauging, yeah, maybe will he buy something else with this gold instead?
A Guardian Grief is really good too because they have 2 silences. And of course you don't want to get silenced, so you can get Ravage off.
Oh, Monkey King, I don't think he's getting away from this. They're going to be pulled in by the Vortex. Young 11's here with some anchor smashes. Throws out the Boundless Strike, but, you know, maybe a little fast, actually.
Yeah, there was a mistake by the Storm. He jumped on the puck originally, but they should have just committed on the Storm.
Okay. Wow, he actually escaped. That was something. What's down here? That would be Lan M. Maybe all this harassing that he's been having fun with is finally going to bite him in the ass, you could say. Nice crush timing, but still, it just doesn't matter the ultimate from Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it's rough for a hero, for him to die right now because he needed 600 gold for the blink, and they really need that blink. They should just give him a lane right now and let him farm the 700 gold he needs. And an item pickup we didn't talk about was the Bloodstone and Storm Spirit.
Yep.
Not the fastest timing, not the slowest, quite average, but as we said, he should have a hard early game, and having an average item timing is very good for him.
Middle lane, a collapsing puck. Phase shift, blink out, he's good.
He would have gotten hit by the Remnant, but the creep took it for him.
Oh, or he's not done just yet. He's like, now you can't blink. Gonna Vortex him in, and it's going to be enough.
I didn't expect him to jump on him again there. I needed the moon, I guess.
Yeah, that's understandable. Haster in top lane, by the way. It looks like Ori's gonna go pick it up, so another rune that they can make use of.
15 charges on the Bloodstone now.
Yeah, it starts at 14 now.
They have to make sure that he doesn't get out of control. And we still have to look at the Roshan as well. Vici didn't try to attempt it yet, but they definitely can.
Ori trying to hunt that Monkey King once again. Wukong's command, he will get it off with this grab, set some turn. Across the phase activated though, and that on top of the gush, this minus armor is definitely real. He's standing his ground, but it's just not going to be enough. Wicked streak for Ori.
They could try and attempt the Roshan right now. They still have Ravage up. We'll see whether they do that. Doesn't look like it.
Stats of Ori this game.
Yeah, I guess they want to secure the Blinks, Dagger, and Slaughter first before they do anything major like that. Second, the Ancient still.
The last time I saw as he's building the Kaya, we see there on Storm Spirit, but Tidehunter, he still didn't have the blink, and he had like 3,700 gold.
They got 40 gold now. It's getting a bit ridiculous. You should buy at least something.
He's at the shop too right there. I mean, come on, man. There he goes. He's finally going to buy it.
Alright, so he has a blink, but he almost has his next item too. So, yeah. This Tide is huge.
Yeah, that's a fat Tidehunter.
He's going into the Shiva's God, actually. I would really like to see him build into the Guardian Grief, simply because they have 2 silences. And if you get silenced in a bad moment, you can't Ravage, your team is actually just going to lose the fight because of it.
Yeah. It's one of those games, I mean, you can appreciate the Shiva's idea. It is pretty good, this game, but like you're saying, there's better priority.
But the thing is, when you have such a good game, it is very tempting to just be greedy, because Shiva's is definitely the more greedy build.
Okay.
And
is it the better, though?
I don't think it's the better one, but as I said, it's very easy to give into the temptation of greediness.
Yeah. Kaya finished on Storm Spirit, as we saw right there.
Bloodstone and Kaya already. If he gets an Orchid BKB, that is going to be incredibly hard to do anything about it.
Nana, Bishop, he's good for now. The Ravage committed. Wow, Young 11 really wants to make a play. Maybe still a bounty for that, I don't know if he's got that now. Perhaps overstepping, so maybe that blink, that's why he didn't have it, because it's going to make him go crazy, apparently. Undying trying to turn ultimate form action in the front will bring in. They actually will jump out of their Ori in the back line. He's pulling in one, though. That would be Puck. Zip-zapping around some more. Undying will fall to it. The BKB also activated that fight from Paparazzi.
I didn't actually realize he has it. Yeah, he's really big. 12.5k net worth. And they could have killed the Puck there if Storm committed instantly. But I think there was some kind of communication problem because he ravaged him and Storm didn't jump in.
Yeah, it seemed odd. It's like, what was he going to do? Solo kill the Puck? Yeah, that
because he could have killed the Puck for sure on Storm.
Okay.
But I don't think he expected him to just blink in and ravage. I didn't expect him to do that.
That was a very bold move on his part.
So Storm is going into the Orchid next. And 17 Bloodstone charges now. Blink on Slaughter online.
Yeah.
So now they're going to look into that Roshan. But 90 seconds on Ravage. And they definitely want to wait for that. It's very hard for Radiant now to fight the Roach Pit with Ravage up because they got BKB as well.
Again, hunting the Monkey King. Ori, this is, I want to say the third time. The first time they didn't get it, the second time they did. Will it be go this time? Absolutely. I mean, it popped the Wukong's command even, but...
Monkey King gets hard countered by Storm for sure. You can't hide on the trees. Whenever you show on the lane, you pretty much just die. Especially if the Monkey is as underfarmed as Ice is.
Saw him working on that Diffusal blade to go along with the Echo Saber, so nice item progression, but again, still doesn't have the Diffusal, and they do have a Manta, though, finished on Medusa at least, so they got something going.
Yeah, that's mainly for the Slaughter and the Anchor Smash. Want to remove the debuffs.
Okay.
So now they're going for the Roshan, and if they get the Roshan, then the Storm is going to become unstoppable. But they can't stop it now. They definitely cannot stop it.
Yeah, that big debuff, especially as you're pointing out, it's just no, why even bother?
By the way, late game Storm can really take out a Medusa. Once you have the Bloodthorn and the Tech Speed talent, as well as like a Moonshard, and super late game, you can definitely 1v1 a Medusa. Okay. So they don't need to be scared about that.
Well, there we go.
So
They just picked up on
Yep.
one of the, if not the best hero for it in the game, you can argue.
A lot later than I thought they would do it, but still an Aegis on Storm, right?
I'm still worried if I'm Mineski, that's for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Got 18 charges on the Bloodstone
5k
too.
gold lead now. Gyro working on a Butterfly needs another 3,000. Ori jumping in.
Going in somewhere, yeah, right up to the side here.
Puck is fine.
No, just blinking away. Nobody blinks into Young 11, or maybe Young 11 blinked into him. Not too sure. Phase shift activated. Getting someone out of this. No more blink dagger, so he's dead for sure. Thought he was good.
It's very hard to blink out of the Remnant. You need to face into the right direction already. And if you don't know exactly where you're facing to, you move like an inch, you die.
Okay.
Because it's an instant spell.
And they just have so much catch too. They got the 2 blinks, they have Storm Spirit himself, so essentially 3 heroes that can just get on you quickly.
As the panel said before, if this Storm has a hard time early game, it's going to be rough for him, but as we said, he went out of the laning phase just like perfectly almost, and then now it's just snowballing. 19 charges on the Bloodstone, getting more and more.
Monkey King,
Monkey
sorry
King's
buddy.
dead again. He can't do anything here.
Nice balance strike timing, but it's just not going to be enough. Yeah, that's another Bloodstone charge, 20 now for Ori. Oh boy. Getting out of hand here in favor of Vici Gaming and 7,000 net worth lead.
Very good setup by the Slaughter. I think Monkey thought they're probably all middle, pushing the tower. But then again, Slaughter is missing, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
And he pays there for being greedy.
So he still has the Aegis for a bit of time here. If you're Vici Gaming, you still go for it. You just push objectives, right? Like you just need to make use of this.
This Storm is unstoppable. They still have Ravage as well. They still have the BKB on Gyro. But at the same time, what they want to do is they want to contain him as much as possible, just to outfarm them completely. Because the Medusa is good and strong, you know, but he can't 1v5.
Well, you see right now, I mean, Mushu, that kill participation, I mean, 27.3%. So, yeah, he's not been the most involved with the team just yet. I mean, only 11 hero kills total.
3 out of 11, yeah.
That's so it's kind of understandable because again, he's trying to just really get that farming that you're talking about. But what is he doing next year? Because he has what 2,200 gold I just saw right there. Has he finished a Hurricane Pipe? Does he get that?
Yeah, he hits 0 damage right now. Yeah, Massive Madness, Manta, Dragonlance, they're all 3 not damage items. And he's not going into the Skadi either. They're gonna have some damage problems soon. Because this Monkey doesn't have the money.
MKB game, I mean, what are we looking at? But meanwhile, that's Undying getting caught. He pops it suddenly. Nice voltage effect on 2. And the Drink Wheel hitting a couple on top of this. Actually, Sauter's getting very low because it may be Shallow Grave. No, not going to save him in time. Paparazzi pops the BKB. Getting out of the Wukong's command. The chase is on, though. ISS wants this kill. Right next to his shrine. Gusto coming out from Young 11, trying to save his teammate right there. Godlike, meanwhile, from Ori coming on the back lane. That was actually at the top lane. Gyrocopter doesn't have falling as the chase is real, and Young 11 will too go down. So we saw another lane completely, though. That was Ori getting the pick onto Medusa.
Even though Medusa died, it is an amazing fight for Mineski. They should never be able to take this team fight, but jumping on Punk, you can't kill him.
No Orchid yet.
Yeah. As I said, I think this was not good for VG, because they shouldn't be trading fights right now. They should be convincingly taking all the fights.
Yeah. They
shouldn't even trade like 2 heroes. The team fight is way too strong right now. Gyro also blew BKB charge.
Yeah, I was wondering, I made the call on the Shallow Grave perhaps coming out, but now that I realize in the replay, I mean, Tassel was not there. He was definitely at the top lane with that Storm Spirit. So yeah, that was 2 at top, 3 at bottom. Clearly not the numbers you're looking for.
As I said, they got the Medusa kill, but Monkey and Puck got a lot of money from that.
Yeah. See the finishing off right there on a Tidehunter. So,
but again, Storm got the Medusa kill, so he's getting bigger and bigger. He finishes Orchid now. He's working on the BKB. Once he finishes the BKB, he's practically immune to everything Radiant has.
Yep.
This Monkey King and the 2 supports will suffer.
21 charges on that Bloodstone as well. It just keeps adding up. So the Aegis doesn't have much more time left on it, but
that's a good thing for Mineski. They couldn't use the Aegis for like too many objectives. So basically, they just use the Aegis to make sure that the Storm gets really, really fat. Which is fine, because he's going to be unstoppable later on.
Okay, I believe we saw the makings of the Hurricane Pike there for Medusa, meanwhile. So, not necessarily that more damage route.
So he went into a Hurricane Pike?
Was it a Hurricane Pike? I thought I saw that on the courier. If I'm mistaken, but...
It is a Hurricane Pike.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Alright, they're getting the bot hole for free now. Aegis should be expiring very soon.
And you do see they take out that tier 2 tower after all that fighting from earlier, so we'll finally get it. 27 minutes in though. Land there's a sentry ward there, so be careful about that. That's one of smoke, I guess. But meanwhile, the Ravage initiates still out of news on the crush ball up. There's that gross that Bandori on top of him, gets the force down keeping Present Stone. He's going to be fine for the time being. Rip Heal not going to be enough to save on time. The Shallow Grave on Ori to keep him alive. He got super low right there from the Monkey King especially, but he's going to tick down in the end, and that is a 9-kill streak stopper. Jabs gets credit. His ulti was still on him. 1100 bonus gold.
The Aegis ran out just as he died to the Earth Spirit.
You're right. Oh no.
That was a very curious decision. They're blowing a Ravage on Medusa and Storm jumping on Medusa like that. It was definitely very rushed.
Yeah.
It was not needed because they knew Aegis is going to expire any moment now. And it was actually very important for Mineski to get that kill. Now he's down to 15 blast on charges again. Before he was on 24, I believe.
Yeah, we just got finished talking about that too, with the whole Aegis idea, how it was like just about to wear off. And you see right here, yeah, it's gone at this point even, so you could clearly see there was the panic mode, but Dot was still on him. Yeah. Takes him out, so Mineski, they got to be feeling pretty good all of a sudden about their chances in this game. It was looking like Vici Gaming was getting a lot of momentum going, but this Medusa is going to hit level 20, and as we know, that's what is the 800 mana, I believe it is, as far as the mana shield goes.
He's going to be a lot more tanky, yeah.
There you go.
The Monkey King is getting BKB soon, needs 800 gold, and that's going to change a lot as well. Because they don't really have too much damage through BKB.
Okay.
Well, I say that, and then you see Slaughter and the Gyrocopter, so...
maybe a fair amount, yeah.
Well, might still be a bit iffy, yeah. But Tide did go into the Shiva's Guard.
Okay. Goes back to that earlier, it's like, that really the best option, but...
He might still build into Guard Increase now if he wants to. But usually, at this point, you just build into a Refresh Orb.
Okay. Double Ravage.
Yeah. Glimmer Cape finished on Slaughter, working onto Heaven's Halberd next. Actually, Butterfly also finished on a Gyrocopter already. He's getting very big as well.
This kind of goes back to, though, I mean, I know you're confident with Ori here, especially on the Storm Spirit, the full Orchid, and he's got the BKB,
and
almost coming, and then a Bloodthorn after that, I'm sure. But it's I mean, if you're Mineski, you have this farmed Medusa on the other side that maybe not yet is dealing the most damage, but it's going to be coming here.
Of course, if Medusa gets 600 for real, then it can pose a very, very big problem. It's just... VG have the right tools to deal with it. But whether they can or not, we'll have to see later on.
Okay. Comes down to that execution.
High ground Medusa is always scary. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you play. Even as anti-mage, you're scared of a high ground Medusa.
Especially if you try to dive him, as we saw in the last fight at the tier 3 tower.
You can't blow a solo Ravage on a Medusa. I don't think it works.
He has way too many teammates support nearby as well, as you saw. So, I mean, dying alone is actually pretty good for that. And I saw Rip Heal coming out. His tombstone's definitely very annoying in the fights in general.
Yeah.
Something else they're having to deal with here.
The Storm just finishes BKB, which pretty much means he's immune in teamfight for a while. The Medusa seems like he's building into... I hope it's Skadi. I really hope it's not a Lincoln Sphere. Because Mushi really likes Lincolns and Manta on Medusa, but I hope it's a Skadi this game.
Okay. He's not giving us information just yet.
Tidehunter's actually building into Heaven's Halberd. I really like that. Because Medusa generally doesn't want to build into a BKB. And if you have 2 Heaven's Halberds, you can actually mess her up quite badly with that too.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter building into a Satanic. Needs another 2,000 gold for that.
You see Tidehunter getting the -4 Gush armor talent right there at level 20, so that's even more minus armor.
Yep. -10 from the Gush. -20 from the Corrosive Haze once he's level 18.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt if you're Mineski here. It looks like Vici is... Are they setting up for Roshan? It seems like getting the vision out.
They want to have the Roshan for sure, yeah.
Just about to spawn right here.
And Mineski is going to have a hard time contesting it because Storm just finishes BKB. And I don't think they know that they have the BKB on Storm now. They have a gem on Storm as well, by the way.
Okay.
Important to note.
The Radiant scan the area. They definitely have a good idea that this is happening.
Roshan is just dying so fast.
Oh, yeah, 11.
And there's cheese on here as well.
That's going to be an illusion. Oh, the BKB's popped for this. They got a little scared. The Aegis is picked up though, and the cheese will be picked up by somebody else. So, yeah, at least I guess the illusion kind of accomplishes something.
Yeah. I mean, Better be safe than sorry. Of course, now he's a bit angry that he wasted his BKB, but if they really do steal, if they really do steal the Aegis, it's a very big deal.
So now you got the Aegis. Wait for the BKB to come back up here.
Yeah. And what are we having? Medusa finished the Isle Skadi, but again, it's not really a damage item, more like a survivability item. But the next item that he builds is going to be Butterfly, and that's going to be the deciding item.
Okay.
Because that's where Medusa really takes off in the damage department.
We also saw Puck picking up the Aghanims as well. So
Aghanim Scepter.
Going through the BKB, longer duration.
Against the Gyrocopter, it's really good. Basically, what you want to do, you want to Monkey King ult the Gyro, and you want to Puck ult the Gyro. Because then he has nowhere to go, and he will just get beaten up by the Monkey. But then again, Paparazzi is building against it already. He's building into a Satanic, which kind of counters that move because you can hold your own ground inside of the Puck coil.
Yeah.
So good itemization on his part. And of course, you still have the Dazzle as well, right?
Yeah.
So, you can grave him.
Bar on the topic of items, still Undying, I've been noticing. He's been sitting on a casual buckler here. And not many teams I've seen do this, really, but we just got finished talking about all the minus armor that they have on Vici side, so.
Well, it's +2, you know, every little bit counts.
Yeah.
So, it's quite good.
It's not going to negate really a lot, but it's still something.
Yeah. Tidehunter actually finished the Heaven's Halberd, or will, relatively soon.
Likes to pull up that gold, man.
Yeah.
400 almost.
Titan Bridge.
They're going in. Very well on it too. BKB is going to be activated. Tombstone put down. Wukong's command also in the backlines. Ori though, with his own BKB, is not really scared too much of that Monkey King sitting on top of Jazz. Gets him taken out. Gonna lose his teammate inside of the Stone Gate. Popped as well. Both supports dead on the side of Vici Gaming. Mushi is running them away. You see Paparazzi trying to make his way out of there. He's getting healed up by something, man. Did he finish the Satanic? I'm not even sure. Okay, yeah. Going into that fight, so. He will manage to survive. Young 11, they want to go on him. He still has a Ravage, by the way. Got to be careful about overcommitting right here. If he's just raiding inside, the Aegis was burned in the backlines. There's a Ravage. Are they going to commit to this Ori? He decides to go in on the Monkey King. Going to be sidestepped, though. So they did burn the Aegis also back there. And then they will decide to fall back. So very, very good fight from Mineski, it seems like.
The biggest problem for Vici was that both the supports instantly died. They can't have that. No corrosive haste means no damage from the storm.
Okay.
They need the Slaughter alive, they need the Grave alive, they need the Weave. They have to be careful with the positioning, because the Monkey literally just jumped on both of them as well as the Puck, and it just exploded instantly. Very curious position, actually.
Yeah,
well,
they did not expect. That was definitely a smoke play from Mineski, just kind of catching them off from the side.
Yeah. Well, they definitely learned from that, and yeah. Gonna be good.
You see Monkey King there, level 21, getting some more Primal Spring damage. He has an MKB now queued up, so yeah, Eyesight Science, it's been kind of a slowly evolving game for him, but especially with an MKB, I mean, he's going to be a bit of a threat now.
He has managed to catch up quite nicely. A lot of damage in the team fights now, especially with the Medusa ult, because when you're Stone Gaze, you take extra physical damage. That means your Wukong command actually deals another 50% bonus damage.
Yeah.
It's a very good combo. Dazzle still trying to build into a Solar Crest. Heaven's Halberd finished on Tide if he wants to buy it.
Okay.
But he has...
Again,
he just doesn't want to buy it. Yeah. He just doesn't want to buy items.
I don't know. I personally always said that's been one of my pet peeves. I mean, a long time.
Last fight, he could have actually had the Heaven's Halberd already had he bought it, and it can make a massive difference against these heroes.
It's like in his. It's almost like he's trying to think if like it's actually the best item rather than just committing towards it. But yeah, still has not purchased it. Maybe waiting for the courier or something. But I hope they have it for the next fight.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the gold lead, right? It's 8K or 9K now, and 4.5K on a gold lead is in his image, like in his gold bank right now.
That's true.
Not doing anything.
So let's cut that in half, essentially.
Yeah.
From that perspective. Speaking of items that are to come, Storm Spirit.
So switch it around. It's going to Refresher.
Is he, oh, that's why. Okay. So
also
yeah,
good decision.
Tidehunter there. But Storm Spirit, the axe is queued up, so a mini black hole of sorts. With the AoE vortex.
But he didn't skill the vortex duration as his talent, so quite interesting.
That is a good point. It's not enough to be like, I can't go this item now, but you are right. You're losing some value there.
I would really like him to go Bloodthorn, I think, and just blow this Medusa up. But you know, it's a bit odd for me that he doesn't go for the Aghanim's talent if he wants to go Aghanim's. Maybe he's gonna change his mind as well.
Yeah.
Refresher picked up on Tide already, by the way, and MKB picked up on a Gyrocopter. This Gyrocopter is basically full slaughtered. Well, I guess you can always drop your boots now because you got the backpack. But Gyro is essentially full slotted, and his damage output is going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
Medusa picked up the butterfly, and he just instantly countered with the MKB. And they smoke up.
Double smoke even. Or even more stealth.
Yeah, miscommunication.
Here we go, going into the Radiant jungle. They're going to definitely run into them. It's just a matter of how do they get the jump. Land in. Front lines, they're going to jump onto Medusa. That's the call. That's going to be active. Ori jumps in with BKB. Medusa didn't line for the time being. They pick up on dying. He got his tombstone off though. But Ori, he's just being locked down throughout all this. The split shots are being activated. Ori trying to stay alive now. Shallow Grave's going to be put on him from Fenrir. He eats the cheese. He's ready to go back in. You see Mushi just simply running away, realizing he's just way too damn low. Young 11 also bulky and still about half-life. Lan M does it. The studies the tree. Gets Ice to fall to the ground. And the Gush will snipe him down in favor of Vici Gaming. So a 3-for-0 fight right there. They were tough to kill.
Yep. The cheese, they literally just won in the fight. And you saw the new MKB pick up on a Gyro. He just chewed through a Medusa. He's incredibly tanky, but he can't fight Gyro right now. But Gyro got like all the man fight items in the game. MKB
as well, yeah.
MKB butterfly as well as the panic. And you just can't man fight against Medusa right now. And that's the problem they have. The Medusa really just can't stand her ground against all this minus armor.
You see Fenrir using the defensive weave as well, so even if they wanted to jump in right here, extra tanky, but that's not going to happen.
That's also why I spoke about him going defensive items earlier, like this Hurricane Pike. I don't really like it, because even if you have that, you're still going to get melted. Yeah. As we see in this fight, he's losing HP incredibly fast for Medusa.
Yeah, Paparazzi, he was focusing on dying there initially, got him killed, then he just turns to Medusa, as you point out. Now, he did take a long stun right there, but ultimately able to get Mushi to at least fall back. Nice force stab at the last second to survive.
Mushi should have died there. He ran out of the coil. It was a little mistake on the Gyro's part.
Okay.
Because the Agamemnon's coil actually stuns you for 4.5 seconds.
That's what that was. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes
he ran
sense.
out of the coil.
Still, though, Vici Gaming, they'll take it.
I mean, they're just going to get stronger and stronger. They didn't even commit the refresher. I mean, they committed the refresher, but they didn't use the Ravage.
That was only one Ravage, you're right.
Only one Ravage,
Wow. Wonder if he used that second one. That's another thing maybe could get the kill.
Roshan is up in 30 seconds, and they still got that Ravage because they didn't use it. And Different has refresh on shard. That means triple Ravage, potentially.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, sadly it does not refresh the refresher itself.
That would be a quad Ravage. That would be fun to see, actually.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? All the remnants flying down from Ori.
Don't worry, eventually they will be here. They can reset cooldowns.
It's coming. Next patch, I've heard.
We're 14k gold lead now for the VG side. And
what did Storm get, by the way? Did he end up getting the Axe?
He ended up getting the Axe, yeah.
Confirm that? Okay, so he does have the Axe now.
He's going into Bloodthorn next.
Axe also coming to Tidehunter, by the way. That's the AoE Gush, the fun ability.
Yeah. Especially when you go with the -4 Gush armor, you want to get that.
Might as well. Great wave clear and just also great for team fights.
Heaven's Helmet almost finished up on the Slaughter. Mineski is just camping Roshan because they know they can't give him the third Roshan.
This is so important, yeah.
They give him the third Roshan, they will lose.
Exactly.
And I think VG will pounce on Roshan as soon as they're pushing on bot lane because bot lane is pushing in.
Plan M finds the target. Not going to fully commit. Just saying hello. Young 11, he wants to go in as well. Big give the extra device outside. Here we go. Ori's going to jump up to that. And one more in the back lines. Jab. That one more, he will fall. The Wukong's man only doing damage to Young 11. He's going to just run it out, though. And he'll be fine. It's kind of a reset of a fight here in favor of the dark side. Paparazzi takes a good damage from Mushi, but there's one round coming out from the Tidehunter. The Stoke is in the front of everyone. Mushi survived for the time being. Will it be long enough? So you see Ice trying to do with the sports in the backlines himself, but Ori finds it. He goes for him instead. He takes out Monkey King, and Gyrocopter running after Mushi now. The homing missile's going to connect. Remember, he has multiple of those. He's going to be out now, it looks like. The Mana Shield goes up. The Rock Project creates another one coming in, and Young 11 with the anchor smash to finish the job. All of those homing missiles, he could not get away.
He was just getting perma-stunned by the missiles.
The +3 charge talent right there. Coming into big play. He buys back immediately, by the way. That was a tier 2 tower even still being up. Is Young 11 dead? Oh, nice shot.
And again, only one Ravage. They still have one for the Roshan if they choose to go for it. So basically, BG will just heal up right now. They will go Roshan instantly because they won't have the Monkey King up in time, and they have to deal with the bot lane as well the top lane. And they would pretty much just get a free Rosh, triple Ravage. They can't even deal with one right now.
Yep.
So triple that.
Good luck.
It's gonna be fun.
Good luck. We got finished talking about how going into that fight, you know, give up Roshan. Essentially could be the game right there in favor of Vici Gaming, but yeah, now you just lose that fight at the Roshan pit, not even able to kill anybody, and 21,000 net worth lead all of a sudden.
So item progression, Heaven's Helmet on Slaughter,
counters the Medusa really badly. Bloodthorn on Storm, you can also shoot through the Medusa very easily now. And Refresher off on Gyrocopter actually.
Oh, even more homing missiles.
More homing missiles, double Satanic, double BKB, double cooldown, double flag cannon. It's an amazing pickup for him right here.
Doesn't it refresh the chart? Like, so if he has 3 charges of homing missiles, it refreshes that.
Yeah,
like,
it refreshes
if you use
that
all
too.
of it, go back to 3. Yeah.
And have 6 total.
Oh, something tells me that's going to be fun to watch if that happens here.
They still want to fight the Roche, and well, they really have to. If they give up this Roche, this game is over. So VG, of course, is just taking their time. They can just wait 100 seconds for the refresher on Tidehunter. They don't need to rush at all.
Wukongs, nope, going to be canceled. Tombstone does go down. Young 11's like, I got you. Baited you out. That's all that was, really.
Monkey King? No, well, he still has Monkey King. He didn't never
Yeah,
committed
he didn't use it, you're right. So it's just the Tombstone, really, which is not the biggest deal.
Not anymore, at least, there.
Wearing off there. So again, just like we saw 2 minutes ago, we're basically at the same spot, just a much bigger lead now for Vici Gaming.
VG's not going to wait until bot lane pushes in. As soon as one hero shows bot lane, they're just going to go in for the Roche. And as I said, they have time to wait. 60 seconds on refresher.
Yeah, they're in no hurry.
Yep. So they see bot lane is pushing in. They're kind of threatening Roshan already to make him like have to decide. And it's like, if he spot, you know, do we have to defend bottom? Do we go now? Do we go later?
Yeah.
And it's just very nice to like get the dominance on the map there. But I always assert dominance.
See Slaughter just running around in the river as well. Always hilarious even.
Bot lane coming in. They're going to lose a tier 4 tower if they don't deal with it.
Yeah, it is pushing. You're right. So Mineski, who do they send back? Maybe the puck at this point to kind of deal with that. But yeah, they're pinging it out. They know, they're aware of it. It's just like, can we?
They're both just waiting. You see VG just like chilling. They're like, go. Come on, guys.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Yeah, we'll play the AFK game. We're going to win this battle.
Tier
There's a
four
tier 4. And there's your other tier 4 starting to drop now. So Mineski, you kind of have to do something, or else this game is just naturally over.
Yeah,
Which is like, all right, here's this something. I'm going to run at them. Homing missiles. 1, 2, 3, right after the other. It sounds hilarious. There's one Ravage coming out from the side of the second Ravage going to be out. And the Tombstone put down. But Mochi just can't simply play his hero. He's going to force that away. He gets a good Stonegaze off, actually. Can this be a turn of swords? Not us falling, though. As Sundying down goes the Medusa and the Monkey King. That should all but do it in favor of Vici Gaming. They absolutely destroy them in that fight. A 5-0. And GG, well played is called. Game number 1 will go to Vici Gaming here, Black.
Yep. As we said earlier, they definitely had the tools to deal with the Medusa. Medusa was kind of a non-factor later on.
Yeah.
Was well played by VG.
It was. I mean, is there... You look at the drafts there now, of course, and a hindsight thing. I will say, Mineski obviously played very well at points right there, and they definitely had some good shots, especially behind the idea of Medusa. But are there any bans that maybe stand out going into game 2, or is it more? Was it a drafting issue even in the first place?
I don't think it was a drafting issue, but we focused on if Storm has a bad laning phase early on.
Yeah.
VG is going to be in a bad spot, in a rough spot, and Storm basically had a very good early game. That's the only thing they needed to secure, and then Storm just went out of control.
Well, we're going to be Okay.
He's like a very big impact hero right now, and they need to use him.
Well, Tiny's just not only taking out their jungle, but pulling the creep wave to help assist, and Young 11, he's got the hit of Defiance.
Yeah, going back to the hood again. Yep.
Ravage almost off cooldown swap. Waveform though, pretty good against that.
Yeah.
Enough blocks it. Okay, there he takes over the bench. Well, the hook shot's actually going to miss. Paparazzi coming back in the actual Morphling form. And once again, they're coming in to respond. Here we go. It's going to hit a couple. Lucio or Orban, he does have a Tranquil. Will he cast it? Absolutely. On two here. Vengeful Spirit 1 and Vengeful Spirit just simply a panic mode. Trying to run. There's a Ravage once again. And Vici Gaming is just absolutely destroying here in the early game. The TP out from Shadow Feed. But Ogre's going to fall. Clockwork just simply trying to stay alive as long as possible. Ice Vortex will slow him down here. And Ice might actually get away in the end, but Ice Blast up in 10 seconds, by the way.
Oh, snipe him. Looking for it.
You know it's going to come.
Yeah.
Just a matter of will it hit. 5 seconds.
Well, he's kind of safe. Well, he's TPing back now anyways.
No, he's good.
But yeah, like, his teamfight prowess is just unbelievable. They have Tide, they have AA, they have Puck, and Dire basically doesn't have any heroes to save anyone. That means if they even just ravage the SF, he's going to die. Well, he didn't die here because they didn't completely focus him. But we can see it in the replay.
I understand being desperate here in a sense from Mineski, but are they really ever killing the Morphling?
No.
Swapping a magic missile is not going to work.
He didn't even morph up that much.
Yeah.
Like, he still has way more to go than that. See, he has 1.2k health left. There's no way you're getting through that early. Then, of course, the amazing Ice Blast on 2 heroes. And then just he walks in with Tidehunter and manages to ravage 4 people.
Yeah. Oh,
this is what I want to see.
Okay, well, Tidehunter, he's tanking it up. I'm almost just like not saying because I'm just so worried. I'm like really analyzing the minimap. Are there anyone come? Okay, no, we're good. Yeah. Mineski gets the kill.
Yeah. Was a good kill. That's what I wanted to see from the clock.
There you go. They find one, and meanwhile, though, the top lane, Coddle jabs, good jump at the blinding light, and actually will survive because of that. So he's trying to farm elsewhere and make use. Get that earlier on Ags, but
they want to dive him.
Going Force Staff.
They want to dive him, but he knows it, and he's out.
Drink well?
Oh, just the max range.
Ori, man. This guy, you know, we were talking to him in the break right there, and personally, I feel like Ori's been one of those good players. Full of thoughts in middle lane. Paparazzi going at it, gets the kill on a Clockwork. She's like, hi, Shadowfiend, what's up? Remember your teammate, he's dead. Going back to Ori, though, he was, honestly, within this last year especially, he's been one of the more impressive mid players for me personally that has really stepped up onto the scene here.
I mean, Ori used to just be a pop star, but he's completely transitioned now into the big field, you know, the field of the pros.
Where you are.
Where I am. Then we'll be again.
Still left.
Yeah. We'll be back eventually.
This cast isn't about you, Black. Come on out.
I'm sorry. Well, then let's make it about Paparazzi, because we said Morphling is going to get unstoppable if he gets a free farm early game. He's had free farm. He's found a couple of solo pickoffs. 1,000 gold for his Lincoln Sphere. And after that Lincoln Sphere,
is it the F-Split? Are we seeing the whole shotgun build still? The ethereal blade?
Shotgun is very viable, especially against heroes like Coddle and SF, because SF is very squishy too.
Yeah.
Pretty underfarmed right now as well. He like 1.2k health. He will instantly die if he doesn't get his health up. And yeah, this Morphling is going to become a huge problem.
God, what does Nana get here? Speaking of that on Shadowfiend, he doesn't even have anything queued up. He's 1,500 gold.
He needs a BKB, for sure. But you don't want to go BKB first.
Yeah, you can't really do that.
Like Dragonlance into BKB used to be a really good SF build.
Okay.
But honestly, if you do that, the BKB might even be too late. I mean, he's going to have problems with item for sure.
Yeah.
Because he's against Tidehunter, AA, Puck, you need a BKB. He's against Morphling, BKB won't really help. As well as Slaughter. He amplifies you through BKB, you're just going to die anyways.
Can he go BKB because they do have the Bloodlust, because they have the Vengeful Spirit? Like, those are damage amps for him, technically.
He can go BKB, but what about... Yeah, he has a Dragonlance queued up right now, so he's probably going to go Dragonlance into BKB.
Okay.
Anything other than BKB after Dragonlance would really surprise me. Like Shadowblade or something, that would be pretty game losing if he did that.
Top lane, Clockwork. He's pretty deep for this though, so Lan M is getting low, but Ice, he's also getting low. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, it's a good trade for VG nonetheless. They traded the support for the offlaner.
Yeah. You do not mind that, so Clockwork has not really been able to find the best hook shots this game yet.
Yeah. And the Tide who was struggling is actually completely back into the game. Same network as the SF, who was supposed to be the richest this game.
Yeah. Not good. Vengeful though, Mask of Madness, Power Treads, so that's what you want to see early on.
Yeah, funnily enough, the Coddle actually very rich. He's building into an Aghanim, so he already has a 4-staff.
Coddle can do that, though. He has been kind of farming it. He clearly has played this hero before, has jabs, and that's what you want to see on your Coddle, right? Just kind of farming his own lane, jungle a little bit.
I haven't seen his Coddle too much, but if he is as good as like GH or something, he can definitely carry this game.
Jeez, pressure's on, man.
The GH Coddle is...
that's some pressure. That's like saying if he's as good as Black's Anti-Mage. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes, you know, the moments of brilliance, where you're just like in the zone, and everything you do is just perfect.
Oh, that's a dead Ogre. Crush into the waveform, and oh, maybe not. Well, okay, well, it's definitely dead Ogre. It's just a matter of, okay, Mushi can do anything. Mushi could die, I guess. That's part of what's happening. Steals the Vengeful Spirit himself, uses the Magic Missile, comes back into the Morph lane, and switching into that strike. So it'll be fine. But Ori's like, no, you're not out of here just yet. The Cross Phase, of course, still off the auto attack, stealing plenty. And eventually it was a long kill, but they get a Paparazzi credit. They do kill Tidehunter at the top lane, so something positive.
This Tidehunter's making a lot of space, though. Like, they lost off there for carry as well as support, so it was a good trade for Vici once again. And what I wanted to note is Paparazzi is actually one of the only heroes who really, not heroes, players who use the new morph to its fullest.
In like middle fight, kind of swap it in now, you think? Or,
exactly.
By the way, that's a... Is this a turn kill?
No, he's not gonna die.
Okay.
Or is he?
Ori.
Ah, he missed the orb. Yeah. If he didn't miss that, SF would have died, but it was a very like sticky spot to go into anyway, so it's kind of risky. But yeah, what I was talking about is in the middle of a fight, he takes over like whoever, and then gets damaged quite a bit, and then morphs back, because the last patch introduced that he gets back to full health if he morphs back to, just if he morphs back to the original form, right? Yeah, and he abuses that like a lot. I haven't really seen other players do that as much, so I'm really happy that he read the patch notes, I guess.
That's what you're pointing out, yeah. He actually has practiced this before, thank God. That's, you know, we really hope for that.
Yeah. He is going into the shotgun, by the way. Almost goes step up on him if he chooses to go for that first, which most players do because it gives a lot of good stats.
So I know, again, when we were having this conversation, you were talking about Morphlane. You were suggesting that people were building this old school build of this, and they were maybe frustrated because it wasn't working as well. Do you think that this still is a good build, a viable build, or what is this other build? I
mean, definitely. Like, look at the Shadow Fiend. He should have like 1500 health right now, just about there.
Yeah.
And if he gets shotgun, he's just dead. Right, one Ravage, one stun, shotgun, you're dead.
So it's still viable,
it's very viable still, and it's still very strong. Starter picked up his Blink Dagger, by the way, and they instantly smoked with it. They're gonna get the top tower pretty much for free. Like, Mineski might want to fight it, but if they do, they will die.
Slaughter's gonna force the fight right here, Puck follows it out, the Ice Blast takes out Coddle, takes out Shadow Fiend. Ice, at least trying to get the turn on the lane, and we'll set it up with the tower finish, so.
He's happy with that.
Who's happy with that? Slaughter?
I mean, Ice is happy with that too.
Oh, I know.
But Vici is gonna be really happy with that trade.
I was gonna say, yeah, Vici's very happy.
They're gonna get the top tower as well. But you know, Ice got some good levels. He must be happy inside.
Yeah. I like this talent, the waveform attacks targets. That was something else we saw with the tiny synergy that one game.
There's actually more to it than you would originally think. But I'll get into it.
They catch Van Rear, but I mean, Ice, so again, in another case, at least he gets the kill, but he'll die in response.
Again, it wasn't a good kill because he did. Basically just made the morph become stronger.
Yeah.
You don't really care much about the A because you're an AA, you know?
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
I understand what you're saying. As a support player myself, that feeds plenty.
Yeah. Well, what I was getting at is during waveform, you can actually auto-attack targets.
Yeah.
That means if you wave over someone, you can actually attack them like 2 to 3 times, depending on your attack speed. Because you can, during waveform, also still attack.
He actually auto-attacks while he's...
Exactly.
See, I read it as like he just throws in an auto-attack.
Yeah, he does that, exactly. There's like a +1 auto-attack extra. But you can cast during waveform, and you can auto-attack during waveform.
Okay.
So you can effectively like hit 2 or 3 times, especially with the waveform talent, if he chose that, the +300 range.
He did, yeah.
No, he went for 10 agility instead.
Okay.
Yeah. So he didn't opt to go for that, but still like 2 or 3 auto-attacks. Hurt a lot from a Morphling at that stage of the game. He's hitting for a good 200 right now.
Ethereal Blade, it's almost finished. 2,500 gold saved up, so.
Even this Ogre, who's supposed to be really tanky, is just going to blow up.
Did I just see that right? I think I saw a Shadow Blade being delivered at Puck. That's not Shadow Blade on Puck, is it? No, okay. That
was Veil.
Was it something else? No, he just got the Blink recently. Somebody just got a Shadow Blade delivered.
Well, I hope it was not SF.
It wasn't. It might as well hold that stock to 11. He's going to transfer the Cogs. Like, all right, you want to fight? Let's pick it by bitches. In comes away from the side as well. The Cogs going to be wearing off, and Clockwork definitely dead. Vengeful Spirit. But the magic misses on the strength form, though, for Paparazzi. He's going to be more than taking up double kill as a result of that. You see Shadow Feed, he's trying to live. That ain't going to work. He eventually explodes into thin air. Paparazzi, the adapter strike on a Ninja Boogie, helping to finish him off as well. Guess what? The same theme as always. Vici Gaming, nobody dies. And they're going to completely wipe out Mineski, most likely.
One more hit?
Oh, one more hit. He's going. You know he's going.
His region anyway.
Oh, Slaughter's got it. Don't worry. He's got his back.
Lion's like, I got you, bro.
5 for nothing.
But yeah.
Wow.
So how does this fight start? They're all going to Tidehunter. Worst target to go on. He gets a 3-man ramp for free, basically. He doesn't even have a Blink Dagger, because they're all just going. And then right after that, they focus the Morphling. Really bad target to go on, because he just morphs up to like 3k health. So both of them get half HP, but none actually died. So it was a 5-0 trade, and they're in some big trouble, man.
Yeah, it continues to be that, again, that theme here for Mineski, unfortunately. But 21 minutes into the game, they're still fairly earlier on. Yeah. But again, Mineski's lineup isn't really built to...
It's not built for late game,
yeah. It's not built to be like, all right, we'll take it to the late game style, so...
So we see it, Tidehunter free 3-man Ravage, because they all just auto-attack him. And then Morphling jumps in, and then they all turn to Morphling.
He got initially stunned right there, but did he even ultimate? Did Paparazzi ultimate?
No, he did not. He did not.
Oh, he held on to it.
Yeah. And then he just morphed up and didn't die eventually.
Coddle tried his best. Here's that Shadow Blade. Okay, it was vengeful.
Oh, vengeful, all right.
That makes a little more sense.
I really feel like he needs to BKB also, though.
He goes, he's the one explodes. That just looks hilarious. Ori, is he actually getting out of this? He is, isn't he? Blink. Fire Blast done, not gonna matter. He's still going, man. Ori's got the jukes, the jabs. He's just dancing all over Mineski here.
He's gonna escape.
Another blink in 1 second. Boom, shakalaka. Loser. They're really chasing, man. Paparazzi gets the Aegis meanwhile.
Oh, they actually killed Roche. Yeah. I didn't actually realize that.
Keep doing your thing.
The Mob also finished E-Blade, by the way. He hasn't used it yet, but I'm just waiting for the SF.
What was I doing?
Show yourself, SF. Expose yourself to Morphling.
BKB's almost finished, at least.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised the bench didn't go for BKB, because he can't really teamfight now with the Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
They have to try to go for pickoffs, which is hard against Tide, Puck, and Morphling. But that's what he chose to go for, and he has to make it work somehow now.
If he goes this and straight into Silver Edge, doesn't make more sense? Like maybe to break the crack and shit? Like.
But the thing is, Tide is not the only problem they have. Like, even if they kill Tide, they're still gonna deal with the Puck and Morphling. And they need to be able to teamfight better.
Morphling.
I really like EG's lineup, man. They have like everything. They have objectives, they have tower push, they have teamfight, they have late game secured. Lanham is a good captain.
He's a very good cat. Vici Gaming has been one of the hot teams lately, no doubt.
Yeah.
Of course, they're coming off, you know, their second place in the Dota Pit event, which was post-patch. That was the first event really post the patch in 7.07. This is kind of the second one here, really the second big one, at least. And it's not, again, it's no surprise to see, especially what happened there, that Vici Gaming is, again, looking good here in Shanghai.
I really like this Alchemist graph. Like, Morphling looks like an Alchemist right now compared to the Dire Heroes.
Yeah.
If you look at that.
Just like way up there.
16k net worth, whereas like SF is like 9k net worth.
You would appreciate those numbers. Morph target allies. There we go. So now he gets to level 20.
So now he can, I don't know, take Slaughter, I guess.
It's like, what does he do? I mean, sure, he has the option now. That's the good thing. Ori? He's fine. It doesn't matter what he does with it.
Morphling stepping in. He wants to shotgun him.
Ice is trying, man. There's the shotgun and there's the dead ogre, and they want more.
And that was without a depth strike, by the way. That was just a shotgun.
No. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, they got to be worried about that. So yeah, very, very failed gank there by Mineski. Again, they try, but it kind of goes back to your point. It's like they have the Shadow Blade, they need a gank. Who do they gank though? And Puck was one of those. It's like, can they really gank a Puck? We kind of find out the answer right there. It's just so difficult. Fenrir's going to be swapped because Ice Blast immediately in the face.
Puck
he made him die right here, but yeah, they're going to go for a turn kill. As there's that crush hitting. Nice job with the blinding light push back initially. Illuminate on through. Keep Vengeful Spirit alive for the time being. Actually going to turn land him as well. So 2-0. That's positive for Mineski, actually.
All credits to Mushi. The Puck TP was cancelled because he killed the creep he was BOTing on.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
That's why Slaughter also went in, because if Puck is there, they will actually just turn the fight around and kill all of them. The well played by Mushi. But again, they're like trading for a mid tier 2 tower. But you know, when you're that far behind, you have to take all the trades you can. They absolutely cannot teamfight them.
Oh no.
Ow,
oh no.
ow.
What were you doing? He was not expecting that burst damage. He goes down. He does a lot of return with the death, but it's just not going to be enough. In fact, Paparazzi, remember, he still has the Aegis, even worse case, so he was not expecting that burst though, man.
Looks like my dream was accomplished.
What's that?
That Shadow King exposes himself to Morphling.
Got you.
And we just saw the solo
We did
kill.
get to see it, yeah.
Yep.
And there's another one.
I mean, if your Clock dies to a solo Puck, that is already a really bad sign, because Clock is supposed to be really tanky, and Puck is one here that doesn't actually deal too much damage.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I have Scotty on
finished
Morphling.
up. Man,
Ouch.
he's so damn huge.
Look at all that agility, man.
Ah, he's a monster.
Yeah. Moving so fast.
I want him to
hitting
take the Ogre over and use Bloodlust on himself.
We'll see.
Please.
See, he's just gonna end up dying right here. He's like, alright, whatever. Never mind. He's Morphling. He's fine.
Well, he wants to die at this point.
That's what, it feels like he wants to die. I mean, you just see how low he's keeping himself. He's like, yes, please. There you go. Thank you.
Even morphed down. Wave me.
Thank you for killing me, guys. Alright, he's back up.
They can't teamfight this. SF only has half souls. And BKB actually still on cooldown too.
That's true, yeah, the half souls.
Yeah. So first Meteorex goes to VG. Yeah. Morphing working with BKB. Once he gets to BKB, he's immortal.
He's literally unstoppable, yeah.
He's
Unless he
immortal.
has like an obvious complete misplay, but yeah, Paparazzi, not a player to really do that often, if ever.
907. He's having a pretty damn good game.
Pretty good stat line right there. Got a minus on clock.
He actually went back to
ice.
Midas on clock.
Trying to recover.
Yeah.
The old-fashioned way. Okay, yeah, 9-0-7, 7-0-14 Puck, by the way.
Yeah, I mean Ori and both Ori and Paparazzi, they're like having amazing games.
Amazing series.
Clock actually got a Radiance queued up. I'm very curious about that.
Ice, man. He's like, all right, if you guys aren't going to carry, I'm going to take over this game.
I'm going to carry you guys then, yeah.
Look at me. I'm the carry now, you know. Everyone knows what I'm talking about there.
But VG's offlane actually took over the Shadow Fiend in terms of net worth. Oh, not anymore. Never mind.
Nope.
Oh, can he kill the Puck?
Ori, this will be the first death. That's a good bounty.
Vale is honestly
bottom lane, by the way.
So strong against minus armor counters.
Clockwork's dead, yeah.
Yep.
So kill him down here in the meantime. You see Puck is he's just buying time. Space created as it goes. Oh, well, okay. They might actually get him here now. Yules into a blink, into a I'll do a phase shift into a blink, into an illusory orb. That wasn't the best distance, but
TP out.
He's gone. And meanwhile, bottom lane being pushed.
Yeah. By the way, Ice, that wasn't just a feed. He had to show. All right, Jeff is that.
I mean, we got great observers here, but nobody's going to catch that.
Yeah.
Just like...
Yeah, I wanted to note that it wasn't just a random feed by Ice. He had to make it look like very unobvious that he can actually get the pick off top. Because if everyone they doesn't show the lane, they will never show the lane.
Shadow Fiend rush. We have Channel attempt. He pops to be after. He's trying to do anything so desperate right here. It's a triple kill for Paparazzi. Meanwhile, though, GG's are called. A game 2 of the series. We're going to Vici Gaming. And I mean, overall, pretty dominating performance. Game 1, a little bit of life from Mineski, but game 2 really not so much.
Well, we spoke about the Mineski draft being very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
They lose the early game, they lose the game. That's pretty much what happened. More free farm. Puck actually won the lane against SF, whereas SF is supposed to crush that lane with the soul advantage he had. And then, of course, Tidehunter suffered, but he's a Tidehunter. He got like after the first 4-man Ravage bot lane, it kind of almost sealed the deal.
It goes, well, there was that fight, exactly. That right there is what really put all that in momentum and kind of guaranteed the victory for Vici Gaming, it seemed like. But you talk about one of the big things that stood out to me in your analysis of the early game was the tri-lane bottom. They were really making a point to, I guess, get farm on Vengeful, lock down the time. It just felt weird. It's like, why though?
Okay. What needs to happen is
here?
Kotl can stay bottom for sure, because Venge can't 1v1 a Tide. So Kotl stays bottom, and then the Ogre protects the SF middle. He has to just, like, even if Ogre dies and SF doesn't, it's good for them.
Okay.
But what happened is SF died 2-3 times, and they just completely snowballed out of control after that.
We knew going into this event, and let alone the main event, that Vici Gaming was going to be a scary team, but were they going to be that scary, you think, Black?
Well, top of the group.
Feeling pretty good so far.
Feeling pretty good so far. I have no idea who's going to stop them. Maybe LYF or LFY. Sorry, I always mix it up for some reason. I don't know why. LFY.
Well, they're going to play Complexity next, so obviously looking forward to that. But guys, stay tuned. Going to take another break here. The Perfect World Masters Minor Tournament coming at you. We'll be right back.